Hey guys, happy November. That sounds crazy to even say. It is currently November 1st when I'm filming this. I am hoping to get this video up today. I have another video that I'm hoping to edit and get up today as well that I filmed yesterday. And I cannot wait to show you this because it is absolutely insane. These are my October wax empties and wax non-empties, or the things that I melted but didn't finish. So what I did is I laid out all of my empties according to vendor right here before you guys on top of the table. And then everything that you see that is behind the empties in this bin back there, it is chocked full of wax. Those are the things that I was able to use but not finish. So what I'm gonna do is actually cut this video into two parts, and or like I'll split it, edit while editing. Hopefully it's not insanely long. What I did do is after I melted each thing, I put a Sharpie in the empties container that I was dropping all the empty, things into. So I was able to record my actual thoughts like post-warming, because I know that this month was going to be quite a large empties, and I wanted to be able to give you guys the best description of what I thought after they warmed up. So I have tons of things written on the back, so it should be able to go a little bit faster, but I'm not gonna keep rambling. I'm just gonna jump right into it, and we will start with my empties. So I think I'm actually going to start with L3 Waxy Wonders. So I was able to use up a couple things from them. I have, the first thing here is Creature of the Night, and this is a clamshell. And I do want to apologize in advance. My spelling is not always perfect. So if you see something that is spelled wrong, I apologize. I just kind of scribbled these things down. So I gave this an 8 out of 10 for throw, and that is what the, blank out of 10, that's just the throw of the scent. And I described this as a fruity, tangy, and tart, and it made my mouth pucker. This was definitely a fruit type of scent. There was no like fizzy pop or anything, but it was definitely fruity. This one here is Pennywise, and Pennywise was notes of sweet funnel cake and powdered sugar and strawberry raspberry syrup. And I gave this a 7 out of 10 throw. Not my personal favorite. The raspberry syrup was the strongest note, and it was a bit perfumey or candied, I said. This next one here is Pyramid Head, and the notes on this were toasty warm bonfire, hay bales, and pine trees. And I gave this, it looks like it was an 8 out of 10. Strong sweetness from the pine mixed with a grassy note from the hay. I don't think I loved that one if I'm remembering properly. I have You Go Glen Coco, and this is cocoa butter cashmere, cashmere cedar, and today is October 3rd. And I really did not love this one. I gave it a 6 out of 10. I melted it in my bathroom and in my bedroom at the same time. So I was expecting it to be a lot stronger. It was kind of soft, and I personally really didn't love the blend of like the cashmere with like the, today's October 3rd, like the Palo Santo cookie kind of blend. I just thought it was kind of weird. This one is just Today is October 3rd by itself. This is Palo Santo Sugar Cookie Royale and Toasted Mallow. And this one I did quite enjoy. It was like an 8.5 out of 10. Very creamy, sweet with a touch of woodsiness. And this is a possible repurchase, but you guys will see as I move on. I did also have a ton of Palo Santo scents mixed with like sugar cookies this month. And I don't know if that one was like my favorite out of all of them. So this one here is Sickle. And this is Adipose Salted Caramel Chews, and Adipose is L3 Waxy Wonders, like a vanilla blend, which I do really enjoy Adipose like on its own. And this one I gave a 7 out of 10. This bag was a little bit older. I want to say it's like a 2019, maybe 2020. So it was a little bit on the older side. But this, I said, I could almost smell the chewiness of the caramel vanilla candy. So yeah, that one was really pretty interesting. I have two here from Rainbow Melt. The first one is just a little sample that I was sent, and that is in strawberry pound cake and pumpkin pecan waffles. And I melted this in a tea light warmer. I gave it a 7 out of 10, a perfect blend. Usually pumpkin pecan waffle is strongest, but this was a really good blend and I feel like it wasn't overpowered by that pumpkin pecan waffles. So I was quite happy with that. And the other rainbow melt scent that I was able to finish, this was actually the advent calendar finale, the day like that you were supposed to melt on Halloween. I don't know if I melted this one on Halloween, which was yesterday. No, I didn't. This was a couple days before. But this one was phenomenal. This is Bloody Mary, which is sugar cookie, marshmallow, Palo Santo, pink sugar, cake batter fudge, and sweet and creamy. And this was amazing. I wrote 9 out of 10, so good. Would repurchase, really unique and sweet. I usually don't like pink sugar blends, but that one was just super, super rich, sweet and creamy. I loved it. I have 2 bags that I was able to finish up here from the Strange Charm. And the first one is a Mothman Festival, which is salted caramel popcorn, cotton candy, and funnel cake. And this one I gave a 9 out of 10. This was quite strong, I remember. And it was mostly that popcorn scent that I got, which I didn't hate, but it was just really, really like smelled like authentic popcorn. So that one is pretty interesting. I probably wouldn't repurchase it, but I think my partner enjoyed it because he loves popcorn. This one is Scarecrow, and this was cider barrel, glazed maple, and kettle corn, which the labels are a little bit hard to read, but this one, I think I was like 6 or 7 out of 10. I can't decide what I finalized on. I said, like a salted maple cider, feels like I almost smell bourbon, ? Didn't last too long. So yeah, probably not a repurchase from that one. I actually feel like I might have pulled that a little bit early, because I don't think I loved it. Then I have 2 bags here from Zape, and I am so confused on what to tell you guys about this. I have a little bit of weird backstory. So the sample bag here was obviously sent to me this year. You can probably tell from the label if you guys shop with Zape. But then this bag I purchased originally last year, so 2020. And candy corn cake notes are white cake, candy corn buttercream, and pumpkin marshmallows. This bag from last year, when I melted it originally last year, it was a little light. And I melted the sample this year and the sample blew me away. Like the sample was incredibly strong. I wrote this particular bag is getting a bit older, so it wasn't as strong, but I got a sample of it this year and it was unbelievable. Definitely a repurchase. So fun fact about this, the sample on this that I received this year actually made me go back onto the Zape website and repurchase this in a scoopable form because I was honestly blown away with it. Last year wasn't as strong. This year is much better. I guess that's just kind of like a way to show me that you kind of have to give things some more tries if you like the scent, but the performance was maybe a little weaker. But yeah, so this one here is Southbound's Hocus Pocus. And the notes on this are Sour Patch Kids, cotton candy, strawberry, chewy, and sweet sugar crystal confection. And this one is interesting. So I wrote so strong on cold that it leached the scent onto my other wax. It was pretty dang strong once it warmed up, super tart, fruity, and a very distinct sour note. So yeah, like I said, this one did this really weird thing of like the scent of it really smelled very like authentic of Sour Patch Kid. So if you have been looking for that type of Sour Patch Kid candied note, this one was a really good one for that. Man, it was so strong, like on cold. It just, everything kind of that I put near it just smelled like that. Not when it warmed up, but just like the bag itself, and it was kind of bothering me. So I used this one pretty early into the season or into the month, but probably wouldn't personally repurchase that. But if you like those types of scents, I guess that would be a good one to try. I have quite a few bags here of Salt Mountain Melts that I was able to use up, which I am thrilled about. So I used up a bag of Hungry Ghost, and I think all of these bags here are actually her candy bags, which she doesn't do anymore. I wish she did because I really do like the quantity of wax and I like the fun shapes and colors and everything. I just think they're cute, but that's okay. I'm totally fine with souffles and loaves. So Hungry Ghost is pumpkin pecan waffles, sugar cookie, and toasted marshmallow. And this was a 2019 scent, so it was getting a little bit late, like, you know, older. But I wrote, loved this year, sweetened pumpkin pecan waffles, used smaller cubes and more warmers. So I don't think I loved it as much last year when I melted it as I did this year. And I'm not sure if that's just because of maybe like the layout of how I melted it. I kind of, like I said, used more warmers, less wax, but it really performed so well for me. Another one from Salt Mountain Melts that I am obsessed with. This is Just Add Ice Cream. And this is glazed cinnamon donut, mac apple, and vanilla ice cream. This, I want to say, is another 2019 scent. And last year I gave it a 9 out of 10, said I loved it. I said this year I still love it. This is such a sweet, creamy apple crumble type scent with barely any spice. So if you guys are on the hunt for a really nice apple bakery type of scent, then this is a good one, especially if you don't love like the heavy spicy ones. This one is 100% That Witch, another 2019 pour, and this was pumpkin cupcakes, candy corn, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. And I said that this one was a 6.8 out of 10 last year. Much later this year, I give it like a 3 out of 10, but I did enjoy the blend. It's just a good reminder to use my Salt Mountain Melts. And then this one here is Halloween Town, which is my final 2019 bag that I had from the Halloween season. This is pumpkin crunch, gingerbread, and vanilla butter fudge. And I said 6.5 out of 10, a slight pumpkin spice and gingerbread scent, and it lasted for like 4 hours. So I've mentioned this in some other videos, but I have noticed that my Salt Mountain Melts really has like a sweet spot around like lasting up to like a year and a half. Once it kind of hits like a year and a half, it kind of starts to dwindle, I think. So I still love it, but definitely it is a good reminder for me to just use my wax. Okay, on to some Wicks. So I have some scents from Wicks that I love. I have one particular scent that I'm just like madly in love with, but I really struggled this month with my Wicks. Not with this, and also not with this, but for some reason, I really struggled with scent performance with all of the wax that was in these polypropylene bags. So let me start with these and kind of get these out of the way. The name of this one is Bonehead, and the scent is caramel apples, pumpkin pecan waffles, fried donuts, and pie crust. Sadly, barely could smell, mostly a light pumpkin pecan waffle and pie crust scent. Maybe the bag didn't store the scent well. So that's kind of a running thing among all of these. This one is Monster Mash, cider, candy corn, pie crust, and wafers. Another one I said barely any throw. And then this one here is candied green apples, candy corn, and toasted marshmallow. This one is Wags and Witches. And also I said light, similar to the other Wicks bags. So just to give you guys an idea, I used these all split among my 4 warmers in my living room. I didn't have really any other problems with, like I mentioned, these 2 things when I did the same type of, you know, thing, 4 warmers in my living room. But for some reason, these bags struggled for me. So moving on to this one. This is another Wicks. This is on a crumble cup. And this is Twisted Tales, which is apple, cinnamon pie, and pretzel bites. And I gave it a 7 out of 10. I said a bakery cinnamon that's right on the border of a red hot cinnamon with a soft pretzel vibe. It's not yeasty, but it's also not a crunchy pretzel. So kind of like a middle ground type pretzel scent. And then this one here is Trick or Treat. And this one is campfire, powdered sugar, marshmallow, and cinnamon sugar donuts. And this one I gave a 9 out of 10, strong, lasted a while, really reminded me of Marshmallow Fireside. So I really did enjoy that scent. 3 bags here from Rose Girls. I used up Gravedigger, which is blue sugar, sage, bergamot, and woods. And this was one of the like zombie head shapes from the Halloween sampler. And this one I gave an 8 out of 10. I said for a blue sugar blend, which is blue sugar is not my personal favorite type scent. But I said for a blue sugar blend, it wasn't too bad. I wish I could read this. Something, oh, I said the bergamot and sage woods helped, I think. Another one from Rose Girls. This one is Blueberry Cake Pop Cheesecake. And I give it a 7 out of 10. I am learning that I don't love blueberry scents and I wouldn't repurchase it. Yeah, so I melted a few different blueberries, like a blueberry cereal scent, and I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of it, so learning. This one here is another Rose Girls bag and candy corn streusel kitchen birthday cake. And I said this is a 6 out of 10, a sweetened candy corn coffee cake type of smell. I probably wouldn't repurchase this one. Just wasn't my favorite blend. I have a couple of like just one-offs of finished, things that I finished up that don't have other things with them. So I did finish up this little sample cup from Teddy B's in Trickin' and Treatin', which is purple sugar, which is pink and blue sugar combined, beach treats, which is her beach night scent, and vanilla cake pops. And I said 6 out of 10, okay, but I don't love the pink and blue sugars, but that's just a personal preference. If you like pink and blue sugars, you probably love that. This one is Voodoo, and this is from that Smell Good shop. And this was a blend of patchouli, cedar, and spices. Holy moly, this is an all-time favorite. Instantly, I loved it. My partner loved it. This, I am going to hope and pray that this comes back next Halloween season, but this was absolutely incredible. I've also learned about myself, and I kind of knew this, but I think this year I fell even more in love with patchouli. And I know so many people hate patchouli, but oh my goodness gracious, I love patchouli around this time of year. It just smells like Halloween, which I love. 10 out of 10, this thing threw incredibly. Love, repurchase. This one here is a House of Stark American Werewolf. This is a Super Tarts clamshell. As you can tell, it got smushy mushy like they usually do when they get a little bit older. This is coffee, maple sugar, biscuits, vanilla bean, and whipped cream. I gave a 6 out of 10. This was a D-stash that I purchased, so it's fine. A sweet, but kind of like a basic coffee scent. This one is, speaking of basic, this one is Basic Witch from Lured Apothecary, and this was a part of her Halloween advent. This is sugar cookies and mac apple, and I gave this one an 8 out of 10 for throw. I said it was a really lovely sweet apple cookie scent. So pretty classic, pretty standard, but it was really nice, and I do remember enjoying that one quite a lot. I do have another that Smell Good shop. I guess I didn't realize I had 2 from them. This is Freddy Krueger, and this is coffee, butterscotch, and vanilla cream, which I love butterscotch. Oh, I said it on the back. I forgot that I wrote that. So 8 out of 10. I really love the butterscotch and coffee combo. I would possibly repurchase that one. This one here is Britta's Creepy Treasures, and this was from the Halloween Advent as well. This was the Werewolf of Defiance, which is pumpkin latte, pumpkin hollow, which I'm not exactly sure what pumpkin hollow notes are, and pumpkin buttercream. And this was pumpkin, 9 or 10 out of 10, strong pumpkin, mostly a spicy, like subtle pumpkin latte type scent. Moving on, I have so many empties from Midnight Daydream Wax Company, and I also have a ton of empties, like all of these bags. I'm not sure if you can see, just a ton of bags from the Bathing Garden. So, all right, so starting with the Bathing Garden, I am going to share this clamshell. This is Something Wicked, which I'm not 100% sure what the notes are. I did try to look them up today, but the website is currently closed for the holiday or Christmas type collection. So I gave this a 7 out of 10. I said it was kind of sour, not a favorite of mine. I wouldn't repurchase that one. This one is Illusions of the Labyrinth, and I'm not 100% sure what the scent notes are on this one as well, but I gave it an 8 out of 10. Maybe it's a lush scent. It is so fresh, clean, and I loved it. This one here is a Wickedly Whimsical Autumn, and this was a beautiful shape, I remember. This I gave a 7 out of 10. Apple pumpkin with a bit of spice, maybe cinnamon, maybe cranberry, but it was very sweet. Halloween pumpkin juice, and this one was 8 out of 10. Started a strong, juicy orange, but got a little sour at the end. Haunted Hayride. Haunted Hayride is a 7 out of 10, a sweet, earthy hay scent. Charred Jack-o'-lantern is one of my classic favorites, 10 out of 10. I love this, and this is a forever repurchase for me. It is just a very authentic, smoked, like literal, like charred pumpkin type scent. It is unbelievable how like accurate this smells. I love it. Forever will be a repurchase if it hopefully comes around again next year. This one is Spider Nest Cotton Candy. And this one is a blue, I did write the actual scent notes down on some of these if I could look them up and find them. This one is Blue Cotton Candy, marshmallow drizzled with caramel, hints of chocolate chip cheesecake, and I gave this a 7 out of 10. It was mostly a blue cotton candy. Double toiled tonic, and this one was 8 out of 10. Strawberry jelly, orange slices, rock candy, vanilla cream. I said it's okay, but not a repurchase. Purple people eater, gave a 7 out of 10. It is a blackberry, strawberry, raspberry, mandarin, vanilla scent. I wouldn't repurchase that one. Monster candy is a 8 out of 10, very watermelon candy like. The next one is a bubblegum boo. This one is 8 out of 10, strong bubblegum note. But something else came out on warm that I could not detect, I think is what I wrote. Maybe pumpkin spice. Yeah, there was something interesting about this one. Yeah, very, very strange. This one is a genuine eye of ectoplasm. And the scent notes on this one are lemon curd, grapefruit, lemon peel, and sugared mango. 10 out of 10. Tom loved it, and it reminded me of a flat 7-Up soda. This one is Cemetery Keys, which notes are vanilla, tonka bean, lime, citrus, sugary white florals. It is a lush type. This one I gave an 8 out of 10. Sweet, clean, bathroom type scent, in my opinion. I have Season of the Witch, which is 8 out of 10. Spicy, classic fall scent, which the notes on this one are spicy pumpkin, cinnamon, apples, berries, and sugared oranges. Probably wouldn't repurchase that one, I don't think. This one is Sugar Wrath, and I gave it a 9 out of 10. Super sweet candied cupcake with berries. This is a Netherworld Zombie. This is such an interesting scent. The notes are dirt, like actual dirt, espresso, lime, Scotch whiskey, and dark chocolate. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for performance. It was very strong, but it was strange, and it mostly just smelled like dirt to me. My partner was like, what the heck are you melting in there? It smells like dirt. And I was like, yeah, it's got dirt in the notes. I definitely wouldn't repurchase that one though. This one is Blueberry Mansion, and I give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, but not my fave. Like I mentioned, I am learning that I don't love blueberry scents. And then I have Spook Scoops, and I did have a smaller bag. As you can see, I put it inside of the bigger one. I have a smaller bag, and I had a larger size shape, and they both looked like little ice creams, like purple ice creams with like a black chocolate syrup kind of drizzled over the top. They were absolutely beautiful, like all Bathing Garden wax is. It was an 8 out of 10. It was creamy, sweet, like fruity type of like a blackberry ice cream scent. I did like it. Probably won't repurchase it. Maybe next year, but not, you know, it's not something I'm gonna run out and have to get more of. And now we have quite a few of these 2-ounce scent shots and also a 4-ounce scent cup from Midnight Daydream Wax Company. Harrison just does such an amazing job of all blends, but specifically I really do enjoy his Halloween themed wax. So this first one here is Ritual, and this is Palo Santo, campfire marshmallow, and a touch of bonfire smoke. So this was very large. I give it an 8 out of 10. It was strong, but it was mostly like a pretty realistic bonfire smoke type of scent. Funny story, I usually keep my wax warmers gone when I'm like out to get groceries or going somewhere like not super far away, like if I'll be home relatively quickly. And I went, I think, out to get groceries one day. I came back and I was so worried that I had left a candle going and that it was like on fire somewhere, because it actually smelled like there was a fire like burning in my house. But I think it was this going in the warmers. It just smelled like such realistic smoke. So if you guys are looking for a very, very realistic smoky scent, then Ritual is a good one. But it also had like a freshness to it because I think of that maybe the Palo Santo. So it was really interesting. I wouldn't repurchase it because it gave me a panic attack, but there's that one. This one here is Crystal Lake, and Crystal Lake is Palo Santo, Vanilla Bean Noel, and Cafe Americano. 10 out of 10, a classic Palo Santo coffee scent, very strong on the Palo. This one is Edward Scissorhands, which I just watched this movie like a couple days ago, and I love that movie. It's such a good one. This is pie crust and freshly brewed coffee. This was a 9 out of 10, a perfect classic blend of both. If you're looking for a really good coffee scent with just like a little added something extra, this one is incredible. I hope he brings that one back. This one is Goosebumps, which is sweet pumpkin, ginger souffle, and maple glazed donuts. This one is super, super sweet pumpkin donut scent. It was an 8 out of 10. But yes, this was like super, super, super sweet to me. I have Phantom, and Phantom is warm sandalwood, golden amber, neroli, and creamy vanilla base notes. And this one I gave a 7.5 out of 10. It was, to my nose, mostly the amber type of scent with a little bit of sandalwood. It wasn't my particular favorite, but it was kind of like a nice, fresh, like non-offensive. If somebody came in your house, they would probably be like cool with that scent. This one here is Beetlejuice, and this is cranberry muffins, caramel drizzle, crushed walnuts, vanilla bean noel, and zucchini bread. You guys know I'm not a big zucchini bread fan, but this I gave a 9 out of 10. It was really a great blend, tart, sweet bakery. For having zucchini bread in it, I honestly was like, no, this is incredible. So totally thrilled about that. This one is the Halloween Store, and this is the Witch's Cauldron, which I'm not sure exactly what the notes are on that. Dark musk, tonka, patchouli, and vanilla. And this one I gave an 8 out of 10. This one was like a mostly candied type scent with a hint of musk and patchouli. So if you like a little bit of patchouli but aren't like 100% sold on it, then this is a good way to kind of guide you into it gently, I guess. This one is the Blair Witch Project, which is candied apples, country spice, and pomander. This I gave an 7 out of 10, craft store like spice with an added sweetness. Probably wouldn't repurchase that one. This is Scream, which is pumpkin cider and haunted hayride, and I give it a 7 out of 10. To my nose, the haunted hayride scent is almost like a floral. It's very like a very sweetened hay type of scent. And then blended with that pumpkin cider, it kind of just made it even sweeter. So I did like this, but I don't know if I would repurchase it necessarily. This one here is October 31st, and this is just described as a spooky Halloween night. And to my nose, it kind of just smells like a sweetened patchouli scent. I actually had a Halloween party on Saturday, and I had this going in my kitchen spread throughout 3 warmers, and it was such a crowd favorite. I love, love, love the scent. This will be a forever repurchase for me. I hope that Harrison continues to put the scent out. I honestly would get this in loaves. I love it that much. This one here is Haddonfield, which is fall breakfast zucchini bread and Vienna Cafe. So good, 9 out of 10, creamy coffee bakery scent. This is another one that I would absolutely pick up again. And I feel like all of the coffee scents that I had from Harrison this past month were just incredible. This one here is All Hallows Eve, which is a secret pumpkin blend. So I don't know what's in it, but it is quite a spicy pumpkin scent, 8 out of 10. This one here is Dairy, which is cake batter, moon spice, and Brazilian coffee. Another coffee scent that I loved. This, though, because of the Brazilian coffee, I think, and maybe moon spice has, I think, probably spices in it. This was a really, really spicy type of coffee scent, but very sweet as well. 8 out of 10. I have Halloween Pie, which is another classic fall staple for me. This says a spooky good treat, but to my nose, it's just like a blueberry apple pie scent. I gave it an 8 out of 10. This one is Silence of the Lambs, which is red wine, plums, and berries. The throw was a 7 out of 10. I definitely smelled wine, like it was a really distinct wine, like a red wine scent. It was very interesting. I don't know if I would repurchase it again, but I was drinking wine when I was like, I started melting that, and then I was like, I need to go out and buy a bottle of wine because I was like craving it. So that was interesting. This one is spooky season, and this is sage pinon leaf. I'm never sure how to say that. Candied pecans and mac apple. And this was so strong. I didn't put a, throw on it, but I'm going to guess it was a 10 out of 10. Love, earthy, tart, and sweet. And I definitely remember enjoy this one a ton. The light is getting so weird, but if I had to suggest anything to get for, hopefully if these do come back, Harrison, if you're watching, please bring these ones back right here. These are my all-time favorites. But if I had to suggest picking up anything for the next Halloween season, these are the all-time best Halloween coffee type scents. Crystal Lake, if you like Palo Santo coffee blends. Head and Field, because that one was a knockout, really beautiful, like sweet coffee scent. And then Edward Scissorhands, if you want just like a really nice classic coffee type scent with a little added bakery. If you want two insanely beautiful fall bakery scents, Beetlejuice, it is incredible. And Halloween Pie, it is just such a good, it just gives you Halloween vibes. And then two Halloween scents from Harrison that I do not think I could live without. Spooky Season, it just is so delicious, and that's a weird word to describe it, but it's just amazing, and it gives you such Halloween vibes. And then October 31st, an all-time favorite staple must-have, beautiful patchouli scent. I ended up using 4 cubes here of Ghostly Greetings from Scentsy. I'm not 100% sure what the notes are. If I can find them, I will list them right here. This is an incredible scent. I actually melted this on Halloween night, and it was just so sweet, and like, I am super sad I did not put this one in my club because this is Scentsy club worthy, but I have 4 more cubes I'm going to hold on to for next Halloween. This one here is Hayride from the Strange Charm, which is fresh fallen leaves, pumpkin apple cider or butter, pumpkin apple butter. This is a pretty old bag. Honestly, I might give this one to a family member. It is just, it's such a strong floral type scent to my nose. I've noticed that a couple of my other hay blends are kind of just sweet, almost floral, and it's just not my jam. So, especially not during this time of year. I want more heavy kind of things. So that's that. This one here is Salem, which is apple cider, cedarwood, cherry, and cotton candy. This one was super, super strong, 8 or 9 out of 10, strong on the cedar and a little, like a kiss of cherry in it. But Mercy, this was super strong. I was like shocked by that. This one is Teddy B's Witches Be Crazy, which is birthday cake, pecan waffle, sugar cookie dough, and a pinch of cinnamon spice vanilla. I said 9.5 out of 10. Wow, so creamy and strong. And I have been putting my Teddy B's wax, like this full amount of a chunk, like, a quarter of it, in my Yankee Candle centerpiece warmer, and my Teddy B's does phenomenally in that type of warmer. Highly suggest trying that if you guys have one and haven't yet. This is my Rose Girls bag of Carbs with Ghoul Friends. I used quite a few just like the top row of cubes of this. I didn't write on it, but this is a classic favorite of mine and was incredible. It's just like a really good bakery pumpkin donut type scent. This one here is L3 Waxy Wonders loaf chopped up in Season of the Witch cranberry sweater weather. Season of the Witch is an apple and leaves blend, and this was really nice. It was just a very fresh, clean kind of like, it smelled like Bath & Body Works like leaves with a brighter freshness, I think because of the sweater weather and cranberry maybe. I did like this a lot. It was a good like post clean the house type of scent. 4 bags I used from Vintage Chic Scents. The first one I have is White Witch. I tried this one out even though on cold it wasn't a favorite. This is Rain, Bonfire, and Crunchy Leaves. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was less astringent once it was warmed up. But to my nose, it was just okay. It was just a little bit sharp. The Bonfire kind of mellowed down once it was heated up, and it was definitely more of like a leaves type of scent, but there was still just so much Bonfire. It's not always my thing. This one is 1-2 Freddy's Coming For You. I used up most of 1 leaf. And this is pumpkin layer cake with cream cheese frosting and hints of caramel, pecan, and marshmallows. I give it a 7 out of 10. It didn't last super long for me, but I did enjoy the scent a lot once it was warmed up. This one is Fiona the Supreme Witch Embeds and Sanderson Sister Overpour, which is cider cupcakes topped with cream cheese frosting, Granny Smith apples, waffle cone, pecans, green apple, candy corn, caramel, and marshmallow. This was insanely strong, but mostly of that candied green apple, which I didn't like love. It definitely was more of like a candied apple type scent than anything else. And then this one is Elm Street, which is 1-2 Freddy's coming for you with this creamy fall blend of hints of pumpkin, caramel, pecans, and marshmallows. And this is an 8 out of 10. It did better in a smaller room. It was a really good bakery blend. 2 scents that I have from Simo. This is caramel apple. I didn't write on this, but I do remember this just being pretty darn light. I am pretty sad about it, but my Simo really hasn't been performing like incredibly, so that's kind of a bummer. This one here is apple cider donuts and brown sugar, and this one same probably as the last one. It was like a 5 out of 10. I could kind of smell it, but it really wasn't too strong. And in comparison to like these other bags, it was pretty light. It was a light kiss of sweetness in the air type of scent, so that was kind of a bummer. 2 scents here from Rainbow Melt. I melted half of a spider web of Maryland, which is Snake Monster, Palo Santo, Nag Champa, and Vanilla Musk. This was a 6 out of 10. It was pretty light, but like a sweet earthy scent. And then this one I just melted the other day. This is Missouri, Momo the Monster, Lord of Misrule, Marshmallow Fireside, and Blue Sugar. Definitely a very masculine blend, but the blue sugar was really quite strong on this. And I'm not huge on blue sugar, but I didn't hate this one, so that was pretty good. That one was definitely a lot stronger. I have quite a few things from Britta's that I've used partial bags of this month of October. This is the Exorcist, which is patchouli, Palo Santo, vanilla bean, buttercream. The light is getting like dark and light. I'm so sorry, you guys. It is weird like weather today. Anyway, this was a souffle cup, and I did use half of it. I really did enjoy this. This is a really good sweetened patchouli scent. I have backups of this, and I will repurchase this. I love it. This one here is Phantom Shadows, which is Tobacco Bay, Hipster, and Vanilla Bean Marshmallow. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, and I said it is a sweetened masculine scent. I liked it. It was a good bathroom blend for me. This one here is Baba Shook, which I did just use the other day in my bedroom. It is patchouli, sugar, cookie, sweet and creamy, and vanilla bean marshmallow. This one, if you are wondering, if you're looking for a sweet, really sweet kind of bakery type scent with a hint of patchouli, I would suggest Baba Shook. If you were looking for a heavier, like masculine patchouli scent with a little bit of added sweetness, I would recommend the Exorcist. This one here is Ghost Town of Lake Lanier, which is Saltwater Mermaid, Key Lime Pie, and Margarita. This is a 9.5 out of 10, very strong, and a lime lover's dream. Tom really enjoyed that one. It was a good bathroom scent for me. I used up 1 Tombstone here in the scent Cromwell Cookies, which is sugar cookie royale, sugar cookie dough, animal crackers, and vanilla ice cream. Britta knocks it out of the park with her power of her bakery scents. Her bakery scents are just so strong to me. This one was really, really good. And I could distinctly pull out the animal crackers, which I enjoyed a lot. This one here, I used up 1 of these little shapes. It came in a pack of 3, and this is in New Jersey Devil. This is Alpine Cheer, Patchouli, and Winter Nights. This was kind of just like a outdoor woodsy type of scent with a little hint of patchouli. The patchouli definitely wasn't the strongest note in this. I liked it. I wish it was a little bit stronger though. Another scent that I really loved that I wish was just a little bit stronger, this is Hannah Crana, which is Palo Santo, roasted pine cones, and pink sugar. I absolutely loved this blend. Just like I said, wish it was just a little bit stronger, but I really did love that one. I definitely would get a backup of that though. This one here is the Witch of Hampton, which is peach nectar and sweet pumpkin. I use half of this in a tea light warmer in my office, and my goodness gracious, this was such a unique blend. Pumpkin and peach, you wouldn't think go together, but it really worked. It was just like a really sweet, juicy, slightly like spiced peach scent. It was interesting and very good. And then this one here, I used 1 little pumpkin, and it came in a 2-pack. I used 1 in the Black Angel, and this is Black Seed, Decay, and Barnwood. This to me kind of just smelled a little bit of like, it was like a little bit like too like soapy and fresh, but like perfumey. It wasn't my personal favorite. It doesn't mean you guys won't like it. If you like kind of aquatic type scents and like perfumey type things, then you probably would like that. I have quite a few bags here from the Lured Apothecary Halloween sampler. This one is the Craft, which is candy corn bourbon butterscotch. This was absolutely phenomenal. 100% would repurchase this one. Again, it was just a super, super sweet, like bourbony butterscotch type scent to my nose. This one here is another absolute love in my book. This is Happy Halloween, which is butter popcorn, green apple candies, and caramel crunch. This to my nose just smelled like a candy, like a caramel apple with just a little bit of like a saltiness to it. I didn't smell the buttered part of the popcorn, which thank goodness gracious. But this was absolutely phenomenal. The sun is coming out. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's been weird and dark all day. Now the sun is out. Boil and Bubble. This is Twilight type cashmere and silk. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It was lighter but okay. Fresh, clean bathroom scent. This one is Tombstone, and I loved the glitter on this. I thought it was so beautiful. It was a 9 out of 10. And I said masculine and sexy, question mark. That is Autumn Nights type, so I'm not exactly sure what the notes are, but that was pretty good. As Above, which is Santal, Sandalwood, and Vanilla. And this one I said 7 out of 10, warm, beachy sandalwood scent. And Haunted Forest, which is cinnamon, warm spices, and hint of cedar. I gave it a 7 out of 10, exactly what is described. Bags here that are 2020 pours from Salt Mountain Melts. This one here is Coven, and Coven is Marshmallow Fireside, Palo Santo, and Powdered Donut. I didn't write on the back, but I do remember really enjoying this scent. It was definitely like a Palo Santo bakery type scent again, but because of the powdered donut and the Marshmallow Fireside, it was just super, super sweet, and I really did like this one. This is Kitchen Witch, which is Cider Lane, Snickerdoodle, and Marshmallow Fluff. I said 9 out of 10, strong on the Cider Lane with a little spice, but not overwhelmingly marshmallow. Not overwhelming marshmallow made it sweeter. I did like that one a lot. And one that I really, really enjoyed, this is Black Hat Society, which is apple cider donuts, blackberry, and sugar cookie. I didn't write on the back, but I do remember this being such a good blackberry. Blackberry can typically come across kind of perfumey in vendor wax. However, this one was just a super sweet, delicious, juicy blackberry with a really good balance of a bakery scent from the cookie and the donut. I love this one. I really hope she brings this one back next year. And now I have a ton of Zape scents to go through. I used some of Franken Cake, which is banana nut bread, pumpkin streusel, and caramel drizzle. And I was absolutely blown away, like the first hour, maybe 2 hours of this. It just smelled like a beautiful, like very authentic banana pumpkin type like cake or like bread, like going in your oven. But then it got kind of weird at the end. It kind of got a little like Play-Doh-y. So this one started really strong. I wish it finished strong. I do think it is an incredible blend on like initial warmth. Then it got a little weird. I wish it didn't do that, but it was good. This one is Salem, which is clove, cinnamon, spice cake, and vanilla buttercream. And based on cold sniff, this one is really, really spicy, and I was super nervous that I would not like this. Once this warms up, the clove and the cinnamon tone way down, and the buttercream amps way up. So it's honestly just a really beautiful, sweet, like cinnamon buttercream type blend. I honestly really love this one. This one here is Fright Night, and this is sweet pumpkin, buttercream, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And once again, the buttercream really amps up once it is warmed up, which I love buttercream. And then the pumpkin, it just smells to me like a pumpkin cupcake. That is what this one smelled like to me. This one is Black Magic Chai, and this is spiced chai, creamy caramel, sweet candied apples, and Halloween pumpkins. I absolutely love this one. I really hope that this one becomes a staple scent because I thought it was just an absolutely beautiful, perfect, like it almost reminded me of, they have these, it's called Apple Chai of My Eye. It's a coffee that there's like a coffee company around me that makes this. And it is a chai tea latte drink with like apple pie like added into it. It is incredible, and that is what this smells like. It's like an apple pie chai tea latte. It's incredible. This one here is Beetlejuice, and this is dried leaves, smoky bonfire, and sweet vanilla bean. I had this one going during my Halloween party, and it just gives you such Halloween spooky vibes. I actually went back onto the Zape website and repurchased this I absolutely loved it, and this is a new Halloween staple for me. Very earthy, very, smoky kind of scent. This one is another scent that I just went back and repurchased because I am over the moon in love with this. This is Halloween Town. It is caramel cider, autumn leaves, and haunted houses. There is another scent from Zape called Tinseltown, and that also has caramel cider in it, but that one is like caramel cider and fur-lined streets or something like that. I think that whatever oil the caramel cider is just something that I am obsessed with. It is such like a juicy, delicious, realistic cider, but mixed with these other two notes, it does really invoke like fall vibes. 9.5 or 10 out of 10, love rich cider with an interesting earthy fall twist. Repurchased, and I did. This one here is Monster Mash. This is monster sweet potatoes, brown sugar, and hints of fall spice. So it just kind of smells like brown sugar, sweet potatoes. And I really did enjoy this one. I used like 3 of these size cubes throughout my warmer downstairs, and it was just so lovely. It really smelled, to my nose, like what my family's house smells like around Thanksgiving get-togethers, like that sweet potato pie kind of a scent. This one is Monster Munch, not to be confused with Monster Mash. This is salted caramel and fresh popped popcorn. It was an 8 out of 10, but to my nose, it is just straight up popcorn, like buttered popcorn. Straight up popcorn, maybe a bit of popcorn. I think what I meant to say is maybe a bit of caramel. So this is not a repurchase for me. If you really like popcorn scents, you'd probably love that though. This one here is Trick or Treat, and this is salted caramel, waffle cones, toasted marshmallow, and chocolate fudge. This was like like sometimes chocolate can be a little weird. This was like really very realistic type chocolate scent. I did enjoy this one a lot. Would I repurchase it? I don't know, but it kind of reminded me a little bit more of like the winter time. And I might melt it over that because I think something about like chocolate, kind of like a hot chocolate kind of reminded me of that. Then I melted a little bit of, it looks weird, but I melted like 2 little cubes of Haunted Circus. And this is funnel cake, mac, apples, candy corn, and fall spices. To my nose, this kind of just smelled like a sweetened mac apple bakery kind of scent. I really did love this one. I melted that in my bedroom. Definitely would repurchase that, and I hope she does bring that one back next year. And then this one is Clown Carnival, which is sweet and salty kettle corn, spiced pumpkin, and creamy butternut. And this one kind of gave me very similar vibes to Monster Mash because of that I think the butternut maybe note in this. It was just kind of like a dense, salty, kettle corn kind of like bakery-ish kind of. I don't think there's any bakery in it, but it was just, I don't know, something there's heavier, warmer, richer type of scent. It was really interesting. So that is it, you guys. Those are all of my wax non-empties for the month of October. If I combine this video with the first one, holy moly, this is gonna be such a long video. If you guys have tried any of these scents as well, what are your favorites? What are your must-have staples for October? I hope you all had an amazing, warming month, just like I did. It was my favorite month out of the year, as it always is. And I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, safe. Bye, guys.